Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman. I hope everybody is doing well today. Let me go ahead and move this camera back a little bit so you can kind of see me. Grab your popcorn, your tea, whatever. We're going to get into it. I hope everybody's doing well. Today's a little bit more serious, the reading. A lot of you have asked me, a lot of my rays of light have asked me to chime in and give you the psychic tea. I'm not going to be using tarot cards. I'm going to make it, not going to make it very, very long. But I'm going to use my intuition, my intuitive abilities, my clairvoyance and things to see and give you insight into Tim Norman. So I don't know if you all know, like there was, I believe it was on the Oprah Network, but I could be wrong. There was a show called Sweetie Pies, and the owner of it is one of, I believe, Diana Ross's backup singers. I used to be a fan of the show, used to watch it, but then I lost, I guess, that cable channel, and so I don't see it anymore. I don't know if it comes out, but according to the news, they say that welcome to Sweetie Pie star Miss Robbie. That's her name, Miss Robbie. Sweet lady, sweet old lady. And she's not even old; she's still young. But she is dealing with a family member shocker tied to the murder of her grandson. This is all allegedly, of course, this reading, akin with the insights I give. But what we know, supposedly, again, allegedly to the news, is that cops have arrested her son for an alleged murder to hire plot straight out of Dateline. Now, Miss Robbie's son and co-star of the OWN show, yeah, it was Oprah's network, James Timothy Norman, was busted by feds for his alleged role in the 2016 shooting death of Andre Montgomery, his nephew and Miss Robbie's grandchild. So this is what we know, allegedly. Now, according to docs, prosecutors say Norman, who owns Sweetie Pie's restaurant, took out $450K life insurance policy on his nephew back in 2014. Oh my God. And then worked with a woman named Tarika Ellis to allegedly pull off the murder. The feds claim that they communicated on burner phones in the days leading up to killing in St. Louis, up to the killing in St. Louis. So if you don't know what a burner phone is, basically it's like a prepaid phone, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a prepaid phone, and usually with prepaid phones, you know, you pay as you go. You can buy a card at a store and then just add it on. Now, in the docs obtained by TMZ, allegedly, this is where I'm looking at it, prosecutors claims Ellis got Andre's location the day of the murder, then placed a call to Norman. Shortly after that, on March 14, 2016, Montgomery was shot and killed, and feds claim that they pinged Ellis' phone near the scene of the crime. So immediately after Montgomery's murder, Ellis allegedly called Norman, left town, and deposited $9,000 in cash into various bank accounts. Prosecutors say Norman then contacted the life insurance policy in an attempt to collect on the policy. Ellis is facing the same murder for hire conspiracy charge as Norman. And Miss Robbie has always believed that her grandson murder was set up, but it was still quite shocking to her. So this has got to be very devastational for Miss Robbie. This is what we know. I used to watch the show, like I said, so I have a pretty good background on the son. The son was always kind of, you know, shady. He had problems with his ex, you know, who has a son. I believe he has a son through his ex. And they were never, you know, in a good place. She didn't, you know, get along. He was using the mom for money. And trying to make decisions about her restaurant, and she was not having it. So for those of you that haven't seen it, you may need to go see the show. And I never liked him on the show in the past because I did feel like there was something very off about him, off-putting, almost like he would do anything for money, which I honestly feel like the charges that he has are very true, though I do feel like Miss Robbie is going to maybe fight for her son to get lesser charges than what they are trying to charge him for. But there is truth to the situation. I do feel like he has been his life has been very much of a spoiled child, but I also feel like he has made pure wrong decisions, like left and right with money from the get-go. He's not the type of person to hold money onto money very well. It comes and it goes, and I feel like, you know, he has always felt like, well, mom's gonna always have my back. She's always gonna bail me out. And I feel like he was desperate for some money. I also pick up substances, so I don't know if he was into drugs, but I definitely pick up on substances connected to him, and I do feel like there's definitely was something of that going on, kind of like to feed certain lifestyle as well. I feel like it was his lifestyle is very superficial. It's all about, like, you know, keeping up with the appearances, and impressing women and impressing people, which is very unfortunate for Miss Robbie, because she's very, very sweet. I feel like she's totally, entirely different than her son, and she did reprimand him many times on the show as well, from what I saw from the very first couple of seasons that I got to see it. So, you know, I feel like, honestly, it was done and carried out, you know, and it's greed, and it's sad, because that's your own flesh and blood that you would do that. Like, who does that? Like, who? But again, I do feel like he did invite lower entities and other things, which is not an excuse for him at all. I'm not saying that, you know, he was like possessed, but he did have like spiritual attachments around him and a darker energy that he carried, a darker vibe. And sometimes when you are ambitious or greedy with money, and you're all about screwing other people over, that kind of, you know, comes back and creates a vulnerability within our own aura itself. And I do feel like he had spiritual attachments, unfortunately, that would have contributed to his decision making. I don't feel like he was necessarily in the right state of mind. I do feel like he does suffer from a mental disorder. I do feel like he has been undiagnosed, possibly. I do feel like he is bipolar or suffers from some type of PTSD, but he is overall, and again, this is just allegedly. I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to diagnose him, but I am giving you what I see from a spiritual perspective. I do feel like he has issues. And does he regret what he did? I definitely do feel like he feels that he, you know, he regrets it. I feel like he's going to kind of try to, I'd be surprised if he pleads guilty. I'll be honest. I will be very surprised. But I honestly feel like he is going to say not guilty. But we shall see, because the feds would not have came in unless they would have had some kind of evidence. And I mean, it's kind of, you know, if you're pressing to collect on a life insurance policy, that is crazy, because like if he needed money, I'm pretty sure his mom would have always been there for him and would have given him money. But it also makes you think, what else would he, you know, what did he have planned for Miss Robbie? And I hate to say that, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it is what it is. Like, I mean, this is serious. Like, these are serious crimes, serious charges that are being put up against him. But again, he hasn't been tried, if I'm not mistaken, in a court of law. So again, he is innocent until proven guilty. However, from a spiritual perspective, I do feel like his soul is very tainted, and there is a very dark vibration around him that would lead him to do things like this out of desperation, out of trying to get out of debt. I keep picking up debt. I don't know what kind of debt he's in, but I do know that Miss Robbie was not going to always bail him out, because see, this is a grown man, and grown men should be able to take care of their own without needing to go to their parents to save them. And so that's what I get, you know. Unfortunately, I do see prison for him. I do see jail, you know, him serving some time. I don't know if it's going to be in a prison, home arrest, or whatever, but there is going to be some time given. And I feel like Ellis, you know, that lady that kind of all set this up, she's also a snake as well, very low vibration. I feel like they were having an affair, quite possibly. This was, like I said, set up. Like, I feel like they would have been intimate at some point. I don't know. But again, that's just what I get. But I definitely get that she's very negative, and also would have done anything for money. And hoping that, you know, they could, like, go away for a long time in vacation and whatnot. That's kind of like the goals that they would have had to do. But again, also, I feel like she is just a very negative individual. And so there are portals that can open up easily when you're also very negative. That's why we stress as psychics, mediums, or spiritual healers, shamans, it's very important to kind of raise your vibration. That way you're not weighed down by, you know, the energy that the world is providing. Because right now, these are crazy times. We're seeing people, I've said, we're going to see people walking through the streets butt naked. They're going to be going out into the public and shooting people randomly. People are going crazy. This plandemic rather, and this whole situation right now that we're living here in the U.S., even though it is a big shift for everybody and it is a mass awakening for everyone, not everyone can handle that new 5D mentality, you know, the elevation of spirit, the elevation of our souls, you know, to a higher vibration. A lot of people just can't handle that because they've been stuck, unfortunately, under the 3D vibration for quite some time. And so I definitely feel like, you know, he is going to definitely live with this, and it's going to haunt him. Now, as far as his nephew's soul, I feel like he's at peace now, and he does feel vindicated that the truth is coming out. And again, there's going to be more details, because I honestly don't feel that they were the only two that were in on this. I feel like there's definitely a third party, a third person that was also involved in this. So it's going to be, I feel like there's going to be more details, more things that do come out eventually. But again, I'd be very surprised if he got away with this, but I don't feel like he is. I feel like they're going to, you know, he's going to definitely be held accountable in the court system. But then, you know, it makes me, like I said, I fear, like, for Miss Robbie's life, like, what was he planning against his own mother? Which is very sad, because, you know, obviously she has money from her hard work, her, you know, restaurants and stuff like that. So it's just crazy. Like, this mind boggles me what people will do for money, how far and the lengths and extremes that they will go to. It's insane. It's insanity. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that it kind of clarifies some of the stuff that, you know, maybe that you wanted to know. I don't feel like he's gonna be a very happy person ever. I feel like he's very damaged, and it's one of those things that maybe serving time he will reflect and come out of it, you know, a changed person. But for the most part, I don't see him being able to change. He probably didn't think that he was going to get caught, but unfortunately a lot of criminals don't think that they're going to get caught, and they are caught. So this is the reading on Sweetie Pie's, I guess, Tim Norman, in that situation with Miss Robbie. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for requesting this video. If you have any other videos, video requests that you'd like for me to do, please comment in the comments section below, and I'll be sure to do that for you guys. All right, so love and light until next time. Bye.